AFC Championship games. One of these three players tonight have the potential of going and collecting a third Super Bowl in the franchise league. It has not been done. Newff and the Colts with 2. Dave and the Giants with 2. Pickings and the Saints with 2. Fupp and the Jets, the ultimate underdog, as the New York Jets always are, never won a Super Bowl. Will that change here tonight? Of course, it is going to be the AFC and Championship game back-to-back with the Super Bowl 10, coming immediately afterwards. Of course, tonight, there is pressure. There is pressure on Newff, as there always is. We saw him just an hour ago defeat Rolly Football, that rivalry matchup. A done conclusion. You have to ignore that game has happened, and you have to now focus on Notorious Fupp and the Jets. A very different game. I think a much more fired up Notorious Fupp, to say the least. And then on this left-hand side, the Saints and the Giants, by the way, you could coin flip this one. Of course, we know Dave is going to have the ping advantage. He comes in with the number 1 seed for that exact reason, so you would feel like he's going to have maybe a little bit of sauce on the plate there. However, Pickings has done it before against Dave. He can do it again, and there's no better way to avenge a loss that he took against Dave than in the playoffs. Of course, coming into this one tonight, I'll give you some brief statistics. The New York Jets, first of all, coming in with the 17th best pass offense, the 13th best rush offense, the 3rd best pass defense, the 2nd best rush defense. Fupp has built a defensive fortress over in New York this season. He will be relying on that defense here tonight. The Indianapolis Colts, of course, who we saw win earlier on, 4th in pass offense, 19th in rush offense, 10th in pass defense, and number 1 in rush defense. New Orleans Saints and Pickings, 7th in pass defense, 4th in rush defense, 26th in pass, 7th in pass offense, 4th in rush offense, 26th in pass defense, and 5th in rush defense. And then, of course, last but not least, the New York Giants, who a lot of people were saying is the ultimate favorite here tonight. 11th in pass offense, 9th in rush offense, 2nd in pass defense, 8th in rush defense. A lot of big players playing tonight. A lot of big players are going to be hoping they can reach the ultimate game. Again, Dave, Pickings, Newff, one of these three have the potential tonight to go all the way and potentially grab a 3rd Super Bowl. Who walks away with that $120 to $150, depends on postage, trophy at the end of this bonanza? Of course, the white and green here on the right-hand side of your screen, on the ball first, that is Notorious Fupp, the only man in the remaining 4 that has never won the Super Bowl. Newff, of course, in the blue over there. On the left-hand side of your screen in the NFC game, you've got the Saints against the Giants. Of course, as you can see, the gold jerseys, the gold uniforms for Pickings, an ultimate fan favorite who launches immediately and gets straight away a 1st down with some real intent. Dave, of course, in that game with blue jerseys for the Giants. So, again, this is going to be a game or 2 games of rhythm. Who realistically can start their drives? Who can realistically start their games, start their penultimate run to the Super Bowl with a lot more belief, a lot more confidence up their sleeve? The big question mark here tonight, though, especially in the game on the left-hand side, is how does Pickings cope against that Kentucky ping of Dirty Dave? Again, we can complain about it, we can moan about it, but you earn that right when you come into the playoffs with the number 1 seed from your conference. When you have a record that is 15-2, you deserve the right all the way until the Super Bowl to play at home. Dave has that right. Of course, for the New York Jets here, and Fupp running the ball, he had an incredible game with Breece Hall in the last round, the divisional round, against Ethan Lasseter. In that game, which was a 31-24 victory to the Buffalo Bills, get this for numbers. Breece Hall, 10 carries, 97 rushing yards, 1 touchdown, with also on top of that 5 receptions for 84 yards. The ball in New York, on the green side at least of the Jets, runs through Breece Hall. A touchdown happens just as we're talking to you through stats there, and Pickings makes this one 7-0. So that one there, a huge conversion by the boldest man to ever do it, and the New Orleans Saints find themselves 7 points up. And just like that as well, on the right-hand side of your screen, Fupp there, who says, I'm not at 100%. I'm still suffering from influenza. I've got the flu. I've got a little bit of the coughing, a little bit of the vomiting. He has just punted the ball back to Newff. So Newff here going to get the opportunity to start things off with the Colts. And again, that's such a huge thing, to force a turnover, to force a punt so early on in a championship game like this. Absolutely ginormous, because Newff knows he gets the ball back at half time. So let's see what the Colts can do. They start on the 20. Over here, of course, on the left-hand side of your screen, Dave doing a lot of audibles here. And we talked to Kiz yesterday. Kiz, of course, oh, that's a great sack from Pickings, by the way. Look at that. And the team in gold are playing to a gold standard of offense and defense. Completely motors through and sacks the quarterback. And this is the thing we were talking about, as I was going to say that, just with Kiz yesterday, when I kind of had a little brief time with him. I said, you've played Dave so often. What is the secret as to how Pickings beats Dave? And he said quite simply, Dave likes to do a lot of audibles. The one thing that you need to do against Dave is when on offense, come out and effectively just quick snap. You don't need to make any adjustments. You just need to go as soon as possible, because it disrupts Dave's mojo when he can't plug in those 65 different directions he wants to do on defense. So maybe that's what Pickings is going to be looking to take advantage of today. Move the ball quickly, give Dave limited time, and see what you can do from there. For now, though, Dave very much has it in a bit of a precarious position here. He started off slow yesterday. Don't forget, yesterday night, he was 7-0 down to Finley's save. Caused the fumble, did Finley, at the Rams. And from there, it was a monumental comeback from Dirty Dave. However, right now, he's going to need more than a comeback. He's going to need 12 yards and then some. Looking to throw the ball here. Dirty Dave scanning, looking. Dave going to opt to run here. And Dave, in the end, going to be dropped down. All of the options were gone. Brilliant zonal coverage there. And that's going to be Dave punting the ball back to Pickings. Pickings here could have a really strong start of a 14-0 ball game if he plays his cards right. And again, such a huge one as well for Newff, for Dave in particular, because these two have got such history with their opponents. Again, you go back and you talk about that game at the start of the season between the Giants and the Saints. 45-21 it was to the Giants on game week 1. Game week 1, that's what Dave beat Pickings by 24 points. We have never really talked about Pickings ever losing a game by 20, 21, 24 points. So there's definitely, I think, an urge from Pickings to show that that was a one-off, to show that it wasn't the proper representation of himself in that game day. So for now, doing exactly what he needs to do. 7-0 up and with the ball back. Newff here looking to throw to maybe A. Goes for a deep shot. Brings that one in, and the Indianapolis Colts are in the red zone. We can go over towards that one for the first time tonight, because it is a red alert here. AFC Championship game. Now, the interesting thing here is that we've talked about Fupp's red zone defense before. It's very much going to be the case of Fupp's red zone defense here, because he has been lethal in stopping these drives from these positions. However, this time he can't do a thing. That there, just bobbing, weaving through traffic, and the Indianapolis Colts through their run game, just like he did to Rolly Football, makes this game 7-0. An easy one. That's too easy from Fupp's side of things. I think you gotta expect the run. You gotta expect this Colts team to run all over you after what we just saw against Rolly Football. 7-0 there. Not the end of the world. Still early days, but yeah. In those red zone areas there. For now, back over to the red zone screen, and with Pickings and the Giants, and the Saints versus the Giants, 2nd and 11. Dave starting to wake up here. Quite literally, again, we had to kind of hope, pray, cross our fingers that Dave was going to be awake, alert, present. He woke up at 6:30 our time, 1:30 in the afternoon his time, so he's only been awake for 30 minutes. Maybe that could be a reason as to why he isn't starting as fluidly as he would like. He's got the sleeping pattern of an Australian, does Dave. Right-hand side, Fupp going for that corner out, 2nd and 10. And this is the other thing as well, Talk about maybe, Dave not being at his best because he's only been awake for 30 minutes. How much of a benefit is it for Newff and the Colts, who just played 1 hour ago and won? How important is that for him to have that warm-up, to have that tune-up and be ready, compared to Fupp, who is potentially coming in here cold, potentially coming in here with his first game of the day today, being an AFC Championship game. And that there is a huge, wow, that's a reception. Like a statue was the man in green and white there. Just yoinks it out the sky. 1st and 10, deep distance. Number 85 there for the Jets, pulling off one of the receptions of the season categorically. Bombs away from the New York Jets. And I believe their quarterback, Trevor Lawrence, I think it still is. So I think even Fupp was a little bit surprised when he saw Trevor Lawrence made the Pro Bowl. That's huge pressure. I mean, it's very weird play calling from Fupp so far, because again, in those situations, again, you get the first down and you're doing these kind of really elongated, extended, long handoffs, which effectively gets you sacked so quickly or tackled for loss so quickly. 2nd and 16 now for the Jets to recover from. Looking to launch this one is Fupp, goes and finds his target, and look at the amount of shots he's taken. 3rd and 6 in the end on around about the 34. And look at that, both games hitting the second quarter pretty much at identical times here. So 7-0 in both games so far, as the Saints on the left-hand side now getting ready to move this ball forward again. Both teams here within field goal range, so it shouldn't be too wary from both of these. I tell you what, Fupp can't run this ball at all tonight, man. Dive tackle there from Davis. Superman dive gets him down to the 27, I believe that is. So 2nd and 2 comes up, and Fupp here going to take the field goal. 34 yards out, which makes it 51 yards. That field goal is good. 7-3 here in the AFC Championship game. 7-3 to Newff against Fupp. Fupp now with the ball has the opportunity to make it 14-3. And if he can delay his scoring long enough, keep in mind, Fupp also gets the ball back. So how important, how massive could that be? And I'm hearing shouts from downstairs in my living room that Chelsea have just equalised, which makes me extremely happy. What a time to be alive. I'm going to go check that. 94th minute. I'm hearing that Chelsea have potentially equalised. God bless if that's the case. I don't know if I've switched the game off to... They have. God bless Chelsea. What an institution of football. Wow. In the 94th minute, you absolutely adore to see that. Wow. Thank you very much, Chelsea. What absolute brilliant footballers you are after sacking Enzo Maresca. 6 points clear. Christ, it's going to be a good Sunday, lads. It's going to be a fantastic Sunday. Back to the football anyway. Huge drives here from both teams as it stands. Still 7-0 to the Saints. Continue their drive up the field. The big question mark here is, will Pickens make this field goal on this delayed ping? That could be a factor. Absolutely. Takes the field goal, and that ping not going to be a factor. 10-0 ball game. This is good from Pickens. Add points to the board. Don't worry about, for example, not getting your touchdowns. You know, you have to kind of build the lead, build the lead, build the lead. You cannot give Dave any sniff of getting back into this game. He is a mechanical being, isn't he? He is monumental, or mounted monumental comebacks before. The Jets here now looking to take down Newff, and that's a huge drive there. Puts them, I mean, well into the 40-yard region of the opposition's half. And now for Dave, you could maybe make the argument, listen, you know, you need at least 3 points here. If Pickens stops Dave, if Pickens can kind of halt Dave in his tracks, if Pickens can make this one be difficult enough for Dave to where he has to punt this one, he'll get the ball back. He can make it 13-0. He can make it 17-0. We could be talking about a really, really big... Oh, he's gone too far back here. That's really poor from Dave. Loss of 2 yards in the end. Newff here as well. Drifted out wide and getting the completion. The free-flowing passing football, Newff with the Colts in blue on the right-hand side of your screen here so far, is really, really, really sharp. You wouldn't think this kid's been away for the last 7 to 10 days on vacation. He looks like he is itching for that $150 prize here tonight. Absolutely. Left-hand side goes over. That one drops down for the Colts. Again, with incredible field goal range. So at least this game in the AFC going to go back to a 10-point game, or a 7-point game, excuse me, at the bare minimum. Of course, as well, now on the left-hand side, Dave looking to still get within some sort of scoring region. Another big run here from Newff. Gets dropped down, though, onto the 14. And still no real signs of an answer to stop this run play here from Fupp. And, I mean, listen, you know, Fupp has got to kind of think about this in a way and say to himself, how would I play against myself? He was, again, he outran the runner in Ethan Lesserty yesterday, didn't he? You know, he beat Ethan in the ground game. Tonight he's got to do the same to Newff. There's a big play coming in here, and we're going to go to the red zone screen again in the AFC Championship game because Newff is really on the brink here, going 14-3 up. So, Fupp did a good job in terms of, you know, making this an area people didn't want to be in during the regular season. Newff's had one trip to the red zone already tonight, and it was the easiest score he could have asked for. We're in kind of a similar area here again, but can Newff find 7 points, just like he did before? Hands this one off to Jaden Daniels, running right through the center, but going to be dropped down. 2:50 left on the clock here. 2-minute warning, not far away. That's going to be third down here. Third down in the red zone, very close. You can almost touch the end zone here. Where does he go? Who does he opt for? What does he pick out? Hands this one off again. No, that's a huge hit from Fupp. And in the end, Newff going to have to just settle for 3 points here. Puts it back to a 1-touchdown game, a 7-point game. And Fupp now's going to have the opportunity to use those 3 timeouts, maneuver his way up the field, and make this game a 10-10 scoreline. That would be huge considering, again, the Colts do get the ball back at half time. 10-3 there to Big Newff and the Colts. Back to the in terms of Saints and Giants news, it's still 10-0 to the New Orleans Saints. Dave here continuing to move the chains and get the ball forward. Shifts his running back there from right to left, which indicates maybe some sort of trick play perhaps. No, launching. Oh, wow, a Pickens. If he just locked on and clinched that a little bit earlier, that could have been a pick 6. The defender was right in the kind of the space of where the ball was floating down, but he didn't manage to kind of pick that one off. Still, though, 2nd and 10. Not the end of the world for Dave if he only has to walk away here with a field goal. You want to try and turn this back to a 1-score game rather than a 2-score game. The Jets on the right-hand side getting ready to throw this ball as well. Drops back a lot here. Newff nearly gets another big sack. And in the end, the Jets doing the right thing here, throwing that football away. Left-hand side being looked at here now as well for the New York Giants. Finds that quick play outwards. And Dave trying to get that kind of, that favorable falling forward animation. Tries to get that one towards the first down marker as much as he could, but doesn't manage to just creep over. 3rd and 1 for the Giants, and this could be one of the biggest 3rd and 1s of Dave's season. Again, it feels weird to say that when we're only in the second quarter at 10-0 up, but again, we'll have to see. Where does this one go? Maneuverment, can't even speak, maneuvers to the left-hand side here. Kind of flipped the play there, I believe, did Dave. Pickens moving his D-line across, and that's another huge sack, and Fupp here goes down. Does not want to go completely in just yet. Smooth and smart from Fupp, in my opinion. Does not want to give Newff the opportunity to get that one back with any points. Dave hit in the end, taking his field goal. We'll watch that field goal and also keep our eyes on the right-hand side of the screen in case Fupp goes into the end zone here. But he wants to slowly score. He's just got to make sure, does Fupp, that he can score. Because if Fupp did what he did, goes down and then doesn't get a touchdown, this makes him look so silly. We're going to go over to that red zone again. 10-3, the field goal there is good from Dirty Dave. Makes that one a 7-point game for Fupp here. Can he tie this one up and make it 10-10? 1:19 left here at the end of the first half. Hands this one and tosses this one over, and he just can't run for the life of him, man. That's another huge stop on the toss play there by Newff. The Tampa 2 coming out. The Tampa 2 working effectively. And this right now, I believe, is 3rd down. It could be 3rd and 10. It could be 3rd and 12. It feels like it's definitely 3rd and a long shot. And this really, the fact that Fupp could have scored but chose not to, could really come back to bite him. But then again, you're in field goal range. 10-6. Again, really not the worst thing in the world. But it could have been 10-10. That's the way you got to look at it. Runs right through them. Oh, he bounces off his own man. And in the end, cut stick down. And that's going to be another timeout taken by the Colts. Keeps him out And it will be a field goal now coming for the New York Jets. So a 10-6 game here on the cards, as this field goal is good. 10-6, 4-point game, and the Jets have still got life in themselves in this one. Back to the red zone. Left the Giants and the Saints, and in the end, it's going to be Pickens to have one more shot here before the turn of halftime. Same for Thupp really as well. You know, he has to kind of focus on defense here, because I said in the last game, if there's any person that can get a touchdown points from a 30-second drive, it is Newff. He's got double that time here on the right-hand side of your screen. So both games still teetering on the brink here of potentially being... Oh, wow, it's a huge one from Dave. I'll tell you this much, wonder what Kiss makes of that, because Kiss was on the call for a brief time yesterday and talked about Pickens and Dave both getting extreme bouts of luck in Madden. Dave, the absolute robot that he is, has just got a huge hit-stick forced fumble on Pickens and now has the ball back. And the Kentucky native, the New York Giants, are within field goal range and are within touchdown range. Big one over the top here, and that's going to be a failed pass. 2-minute warning comes in. Dirty Dave on the brink of making this one a 10-10 ball game. How incredible is that? All it takes is one perfect time hit stick, and look where we are. Throws underneath there, does Newff. Newff bobbing and weaving to the left-hand side. Thupp desperately trying to get that dive tackle lock on. Newff goes out of bounds smartly. He's got no timeouts though. That's the only real negative for Newff. He will have to kind of make the assessment of whether or not going for a field goal or going for a touchdown is the correct read. Good stop there by Pickens. Completely blows up Dave's run game again. And that puts Dave, so I think that's his 3rd and 14. So, I mean, this fumble could mean absolutely nothing. Newff here running right through the center. He's going to need to get up and spike this ball and maybe just take his field goal here. I don't know why he's taunting. Time may well run out here if he's not careful. Is Newff going to have enough time is the only question. And what will Newff do? Is he going to go for another play? He is going to go for another play. Looking, scanning here. Is he going to throw this one away? He is going to throw that one away. Smart thinking from the Canadian. And that puts it to 2nd and 10. On the left-hand side of your screen, Dave here looking to throw once again. Left-hand side through the middle. That's a great reception from Dave. Gets dropped down, though, onto around about the 14-yard line. I don't want to even move from this screen because both teams are in a really good scoring position here. Newff and the Colts with seconds teetering down. Dave and the Giants with still a minute plus to go. Newff here, no timeouts with the Colts, but is within red zone conversation. Where's he going to go with this one? Looking, scanning, throws for the middle, and it's a huge pick. Newff is played like a man possessed today. I've said so far in that Rolly game that he was a little bit over the top. He was a little bit aggressive, a little bit complacent. I'll tell you, if he loses this game by 3 points, he's going to hate himself. You have to take your points. I'm not a Super Bowl winner, granted. But the reality is, against Thupp, you have to take your points. Yes, he gets the ball back. But again, being 13-6 up compared to being 10-6 up is such a difference in your morale, in your belief, in the ability to go out and win the game. That's crazy. Regardless, Dave here looking, scanning, throws that one away to the sideline. That's going to be 3rd and 1. And now here come the New York Jets and Thupp. A huge gain of yards there from the run game. Stops him down at around about the 30-yard line in his own half. Uses a timeout as well there, does Thupp. And again, this is brilliant. If Thupp can go forward, at least just go and get a field goal. Take this one to 10-9. Then my oh my, we've got a game on our hands. Just joining us, the NFC and AFC Championship game. Both of these games nearly approaching half-time. Dave on the left-hand side of your screen, though, is looking to make this a 10-10 game. 4 of the very best that still reside in their individual conferences here playing. And again, this is a playoff picture that doesn't have the likes of Kizzle, doesn't have the likes of Hughes 96, doesn't have the likes of Rolly Football. You know, we've had some big names eliminated, and that's why you love the playoffs with everything. Anyone can beat anyone. The feel-good story was Finley Safe, who we thought was on the verge of beating Dirty Dave yesterday before it all went up in smoke. But anything can happen in a game like this, in a game of this magnitude. 10-6 in the end, as we now have that third quarter, that second half underway on the right-hand side of your screen. We're going to keep our eyes peeled, though, on the left-hand side. Let's see if Dave can punch this one in with a run play here. And the answer is he can't, but gets the first down. We're going to go to red zone camera here for the first time in that Saints and Giants game. Dave trying ever so desperately with 43 seconds remaining to punch this in for a tie ball game. 10-3, Dave on the ball on around about the 3-yard line here, 3.5-yard line. You need your best red zone play in the handbook here. What can he pull out from this position? Sawyer Robertson. Oh, that's a horrendous floater. Oh, my goodness me. That could have been so, so bad. And Pickens knows how imperative that could have been. Well, 10-3 as it stands. You see here Dave flicking through. Coaches, I'm amazed that Dave is still, with his advanced level, still using coaches' suggestions. Just goes to show you sometimes, you know, the coach knows best. Wow. Can he find a few yards? Looking, right-hand side, run play here, and gets in. 10-10. Dave just about being pushed in, assisted by his Saints counterpart. And who else for the GM? Coach Farrow, and it's his regen son. It is David Farrow, the running back out of Kentucky, that gets this ball game tied up 10-10 as we head towards the last 30 seconds of the second quarter. Pickens and Dave was always going to be one of those games that went and went and went. It could go down to the final kick of the game, as it always has done between these two brilliant rivals. Not trash-talky rivals like Rolly Football and your Newffs, but more skill rivals. There's a huge respect for each other there between these two. Again, both of these guys behind the controller, the Saints and the Giants GM, both of these two have won 2 Super Bowls apiece. 1 Super Bowl Madden 24 for Dave, 1 Super Bowl Madden 25 for Dave. For Pickens, 2 Super Bowls in Madden 25. The only player ever to win a Super Bowl in the Franchise League with an invincible record of 17-0. And also the only player, Pickens, in Franchise League history to win 2 Super Bowls back-to-back. Won it and then successfully defended it. Newff trying to do the same here tonight. 10-10. As a pause there coming in. Let's go back over that the Jets and Colts game. And I think we're in the red zone again. So we go right back over from one red zone to the other. A red alert here between the Jets and the Colts. And a huge opportunity here for the Colts to go 11 points clear of the New York Jets. You'd be thinking about that potential zig route on the right-hand side. It's marked up, and look at this. The quarterback just going to run through. Jalen Daniels, touchdown. May not be a Colt for too much longer. In the last hour and 30 minutes, I can tell you that the LA Chargers have picked up the phone and said, we're interested in young Jalen Daniels. Give us some details here. What can we do for you? So the rumors so far coming out in that one is that J.J. McCarthy is going to be allowed to leave the franchise on a free agency deal. So J.J. McCarthy will join free agency potentially, with Jalen Daniels potentially going to the Chargers for a pick and player deal. Rumors saying it could be picks and Mekhi Becton, for example, going to going the other way to the Indianapolis Colts. Well, Mekhi Becton going to the Colts, and the picks going to the Chargers, obviously. So, one of those. However, 17-6 so far, and the reigning defending Super Bowl champion at the Indianapolis Colts, Big Newff, continues to lead the way. He is Mr. AFC. Can Fupp find an answer? He's got a quarter and a half still to go. 11 points is not impossible, but he's got to find something here. Right now, blown to pieces by Big Newff. That's the truth and fact of it. Left-hand side here, as we're still inside the first half of this Saints and Giants game, and this has turned, from a 1-minute play to effectively a 10-minute real-life play, because these two are both resilient to give the ball up. 10-10, just about at the halfway line here for the New York Giants to defend. The Saints on the ball, looking for any single way to get even just a smidge ahead. Pickens, no doubt, will be thinking about the field goal absolutely, positively. Motion here to the left-hand side from the running back. Looking here, the Saints. Going to run forward here. Matthew Davidson just going to steer and throws. Matthew Davidson! It's going to be incomplete. And it's going to be a flag there on delay of game on Trevor Lawrence at the Jets. And Fupp here has been pushed back 5 yards on the right-hand side. It was a deep shot there from Pickens. It didn't work. Matthew Davidson was renowned for that last season, wasn't he? The Saints quarterback, the New Orleans quarterback, was phenomenal. But for now, he throws another one deep, and this one going to be picked off by Dirty Dave, but it's not going to really mean anything other than that, unless Dave gets a kick, a pick six here, but not going to happen. And that there will be the end of the quarter and the end of the half. 10-10 between these two juggernauts. Pickens and Dave locked at half time. As I can't lie to you, I thought that was going to be an interception on the right hand side of your screen. 3rd and 15 though. Fupp is really, I'm not kidding you here, Fupp is having probably one of the toughest times of the season so far in moving the ball. He, whether it be due to his illness, he said he's been sick the last couple of days, he's got flu, or whether it's just that lock-up defense of Newff, he right now is looking a little bit lost. I wouldn't say he's lost as Rolly. Rolly football didn't really have too much going for him in the second half of football against Newff an hour ago, but for Fupp here, it's a very tricky game to go from and into. You go from that game against Ethan Leicester when all you've got to worry about is Jonah Coleman, the running back, and now you're going up against... No, that's a great run from the... Fair play to Newff. I mean, to Fupp to penetrate Newff's defense like that, by the way. Scanned, looked, saw, didn't see anything in terms of a passing option. Ran right through the heart of it with Trevor Lawrence there as Dave. Look at this. What a start for him on the left-hand side of the screen. Near enough in the red zone already. All the action here is very much pumping forward. Fupp goes through the middle. Oh, I tell you what, if Fupp could have just steered him outside, he could have been gone for 6 there. But ultimately, not to be the reality of it. So around about the 40-yard line inside Giants territory, Colts territory here. And pretty much the same here on the left-hand side. It's the 35 of Saints territory. And they get the run. Dude, he is not running the ball well against Newff whatsoever. Dave here going underneath and finding his way for yet another first down. Huge for the New York Giants there. We can go to it because it's pretty much in the red zone. Pretty much right out there. So let's go over and see what Dave can do for this now. It is a huge opportunity to take a 17-6 lead. And remember as well, should Dave and Newff win here tonight, it would be an all-North American Super Bowl. Newff representing Canada, Dave representing the United States. So it is down to Fupp and Pickens to put some European representation into that big game here. Sawyer Robertson, left-hand side, and that's going to be a touchdown. It's Richard Fitz to the end zone. The once upon a time second round draft prospect, now a 2-year player at the Giants, has just scored a huge touchdown for Dirty Dave. 17-10. Pickens was 10-0 up. Pickens is now 17-10 down. Got to find some rhythm on offense and defense in particular in these next kind of 2 quarters. But a great touchdown from Dave. The kickoff there goes back right to the red zone area. Of course, the 17-6 game on the right-hand side of your screen here could be one to look out for, because right now, if I'm not mistaken, I do believe the Colts have picked off. I think that's what we've just seen there. We've just missed an interception from the Colts against Fupp. That is not going to do him any favors in terms of his confidence. And now Newff has the ball again with time ticking away as we head towards the kind of the end of this one. I mean, this game in the AFC Championship has been very, very fast. Very fast. Nearly in the 4th quarter already, compared to still 5 minutes of the 3rd quarter to go in the Saints and Giants game. Newff just going to look to play this as safe as possible. And I think Newff knows now, a guy that's won so many Super Bowls across the franchise league and the fantasy league, he's going to want the clock to keep ticking. He's going to want to take this nice and slowly. I think the aim here for Newff isn't even 7, it's 3. Get into field goal range, make this a 20-6 ball game with 5 minutes remaining, and that makes it very tricky for Fupp and the Jets to recover. Saints here looking left-hand side. It's a great RPO, and this could be gone. Pickings on the left-hand side, but not fast enough on about the 30-yard line here for the Saints. And that was a great play and a great move by Pickings once again. Well, for now, we keep on looking. We keep on churning through the playbooks. The Saints obviously need some form of reprieve. 3.7 points, anything to keep this one in control. Newff there with a pass to the left-hand side, goes to 3rd and 7 on the 49. Dumps that one off through the middle as well. Does Pickings. 3rd and 10. Well, now we've got some struggles on offense brewing, as the Saints are still short of any sort of real mark. So have to get this one moving quickly on the 34. Newff likewise as well. Can't afford for this one to be a punt right back, as that's in the 4th quarter, and that's 4th and 1. So we'll give you the witching hour alert in a minute. We'll just quickly see though if Newff can find a single yard. Going for it on 4th and 1 of the 43. Not a coach's decision. It's pretty kind of standard here. Where is Newff going to go with this one? Goes to A, wide open. And that there is what you win Super Bowls with. What a find. In the AFC Championship, where wins become losses and losses become wins, because Newff now has an opportunity to take a huge lead here with 6 minutes to go of the 4th. This would make it 24-6, and effectively, I think in Fupp's mind, game over. Runs this one in, and this is a touchdown. Jalen Daniels again, with once again a beautiful run play in the red zone. The quarterback has got all the athleticism you could want, and the LA Chargers are picking up the phone again. What do we need to give you for this young prospect? 24-6, and it looks like that the Indianapolis Colts are going to back-to-back Super Bowls. Notorious Fupp, we said this on commentary yesterday, it always felt like his kind of end point, his level. You think of player association. You think of, for example, Kiz and the wildcard round, Pickings and the Super Bowl, Dave and the Super Bowl, Newff and the Super Bowl. The round that you kind of, you put on Fupp is the championship game. How many times has he been to the championship game and failed? Now, of course, it's not a slate on him. He's a great player, a top 8 player in the league, but he just can't seem to get over the hurdle and into the Super Bowl. Again, great player is Newff, but for Fupp, I just felt like he's been a little bit kind of lacking of ideas here tonight on offense in particular. 24-6 in that one, and Newff now just has to play smart. There's no if, buts, or maybes about it. For Fupp to come into this one, he's going to need a score, a stop, a score, a stop, and a score. Like, that's a lot to do in 6 minutes. You got to be quick, you got to be aggressive, you got to be vicious on your offense. That's a good start here already. Runs into a frenzy of Colts players, gets onto around about the halfway marker, and the no huddles now are coming out. We'll keep watching this until the no huddle stop to see how quickly Fupp can move the ball, and then we'll go and get you a recap and an update on the Saints game. Onto the outside here, and Fupp now going to go out of bounds. 5:44 on the clock, and of course the no huddle stop. Back to the red zone game. It is 24-17, so we've missed quite a lot there in the quick kind of changeover that we've seen. We went from Dave being 17-10 up to Dave being 24-17 up, and now Pickings is going to get the ball back again. So scored quickly did Pickings, and then conceded quickly. 7 points down to the North American at the New York Giants' Dirty Dave. Definitely a lot more of a shootout here in the NFC than in the AFC. Newff with a firm control in this one. Pickings here, of course, now got to make sure that he just remains calm enough. Of course, as well, the big thing that we have to ask ourselves, as well, we'll give you the witching hour again as soon as we get this first play done. I mean, this could be a positive witching hour or one of the most negative witching hours that Pickings has ever been a part of. Again, the Saints 7 down in this championship game, looking to stop the Giants and Dave from making a Super Bowl. The Giants have never, ever won a Super Bowl in VFL franchise history. They could be on their way tonight. That's a loss of 1, and that is 2nd and 11. So we can go over to the witching hour and give... There we go. It happened again where I forgot to put the mic on this source again, Corey. So thank you very much. I need to turn that down, though. We'll put that there. Yeah, I said yesterday I literally need to put a microphone on this source, and then I forgot to. It's the only one I forgot to do it on, because the other one I think is good. So thank you very much. All right, well, here we go, though. The moonball failed. Still 3rd down for Pickings. He needs to go and get a 1st down here to keep his game alive. Matthew Davidson, oh, it's going to be a flag on the Giants. That could be huge for Pickings. A flag on the Giants. It's a legal contact. 1st and 10. That is monumentally huge. And we'll stick with this one. I think, again, we know that Colts game is pretty much over. 24-6 when we left it. We'll keep an eye out in case anything does change there. But for now, it's very tense here for the Saints. 3 minutes and 10 seconds to get up the field and score a touchdown to maybe force this one into overtime. And immediately, Dave is sniffing out that RPO and, the screenplay, excuse me, and saying, it ain't going to be happening today. Not today, not tomorrow, not at all. Great stop by Dave, and every single stop is going to be feeling like a huge step towards yet another Super Bowl. 24-17, the Saints trail. Well, the big one now is, again, we have seen Pickings mastermind some of the greatest comebacks that we've ever seen. We've seen Pickens throw away some of the greatest leads we've ever seen. Not, of course, as big as the lead in the playoff that CJ threw away, reenacted the Patriots in brilliant fashion. That was a couple of seasons ago. We've not seen anything like it since, but for now, 2:25 left in this one. And Pickings, I think, is on 4th down. I think we're going to find out together. My camera's in the way. Is this... No, it's 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8 here. So Pickings, you would think as well, is going to probably have to go for this one if this fails. Said only in the 3rd quarter, so maybe he won't. I don't know what Pickens is thinking. I don't know if Pickens is feeling like it needs to be a big play or not. Goes over the middle. Oh, that's an interception. It's a nightmare from Pickings. And it's a big, big interception there by Dirty Dave. Yes, there's still a whole quarter to go. But that feels absolutely huge. That feels like a nightmare for Pickings and the Saints. Yoinked but in the backfield by the Giants. And this could be advantage Dirty Dave. Huge right there. Let's go over again to that other game. It is the FUP-led Jets against the Newff-led Colts. 1:50 to go. 18 points in this game. And Newff is in the red zone once again. This could be the dagger in the heart that causes FUP to crash out of the playoffs once again. Missed the AFC Championship, but he can't find a way against Big Newff. No timeouts being taken here. I think the white flag has been waved here, and the Indianapolis Colts, Big Newff, is going to his 2nd consecutive Super Bowl. Again, no one has won 2 Super Bowls in a row apart from Pickings. No one has successfully defended the Super Bowl apart from Pickings. Newff could join that elite conversation tonight. He could join that kind of Hall of Fame level career tonight here. One of the best players to ever play in the league is the Canadian Big Newff, and he is on the verge once again of being immortalized through another Super Bowl. Remember, Super Bowl 10 tonight as well, coming pretty much immediately after these 2 games conclude. We'll talk about, of course, the Pro Bowl and all of that kind of stuff. Let guys do their weekly strategy before the big one. But the Super Bowl is tonight. It is happening. And right now, with 10 seconds to go, we can confirm that Newff and the Colts are going to be in that game. Can he, will he defend that Super Bowl? Commiserations to FUP, 24-6 loss here. Just didn't really seem to have the answers on offense here today. The Colts are going to Super Bowl 10, and Harold Perkins Jr., what a defensive performance by him. What a rookie season by him. Again, we called Newff an hour ago, 2 hours ago, one of the best player developers in the league next to the likes of Pickens and Kiz. He's done it again with that defensive rookie. An incredible performance by Newff, an incredible way to reach the big one once again. FUP is not an easy opponent to take on, and tonight, unfortunately, he couldn't get it done. Newff, though, one of the greats for a reason, and Jalen Daniels is always going to be a favorite in Indianapolis, regardless of whether he stays or leaves. Could he be in Charger powder blue before the end of next week? That's the big question. Congratulations to Newff, and of course now he will sit back, relax, and watch and see who the opponent is going to be. Back on we've got here 24-17 at the end of the third quarter. Still a whole quarter of football to go, and luckily enough for Pickens is that interception didn't mean too much because he has stopped Dave, and now he's on the around about, I think, the 20-yard line here in his own half. Drops him down, and we can actually take this one now, I think, straight over to a kind of normal camera angle here for Pickens and Dave, because there's no real need to keep it on the red zone screen. We may as well go back to a normal camera here where we've got volume, because one game is finished. Again, that game between Pickens and Dave taken a lot longer than the other game, because obviously in that Jets-Colts game. So here we go. We're now full screen for it. The fourth quarter up and ready for us. The big question mark here is just going to be about what can Pickens do on offense. 7 points. He's in this. He's given Dave an extremely tight game. Can Dave's defense hang on here? 2nd and 10 on the 15. 126 passing yards tonight for Pickens. Maybe those question marks from himself on his own pass offense are coming to roost again. Davidson looking through the middle. What a find from Pickens, and the New Orleans Saints, through one play, have equalized this one. 24-24. It was a wide open hole. Cover 3 match is a bizarre play call from Dirty Dave. Maybe he was expecting Pickens to go underneath. He didn't. He went over the top. He went through the middle. And that there is a 24-24 ball game. And again, it's not a surprise. Those kind of plays, those kind of reads, that kind of bravery in the fourth quarter on your own 15 is why he's a 2-time Super Bowl winner. 24 each. Dave now set to get the ball. What a play from the boldest man to ever do it. Unbelievable. 35-yard line, of course, for the kickoff, and Dave here going to be taken down at the 20. All it takes, I think Pickens knows this now, I think all it takes is just a single stop. That's all it is. And it makes for interesting conversation as to who maybe Newff is rooting for tonight. I don't know if he feels more confident against Pickens or against Dave. Hands this one off through the center. Dave here being dropped down only for a gain of 1. Puts him on the 21-yard line. As these two continue to rumble on. And you have to think here for Dave, what is, realistically the game plan? Is it to score quickly and hope that Pickens scores slowly so you get limited time to go and win the game with a field goal? Or is it just to score? Are you even thinking about speed at this point? 2nd and 9 of the 21. Looking, scanning, A, X. Goes for X instead. And Richard Fitz on to the 26. So the big tight end there being taken down. 4 yards required. Dave has to play it just for that, maybe 4 yards. Or maybe he's got big balls and he goes for a kind of a supersonic bomb down the center, just like Pickens did. Go for a one-play touchdown, for example, but we'll see. 3rd and 4 on the 26. Dave needs to find a first down here. Interesting questions as to what he does, though. If he doesn't, big throw here, brings it in, and he's down on the 32. That's huge. That's ginormous. The pressure from the Saints was coming all the way. And in the end, it doesn't result in anything but a movement of the chains for the Giants and a first down here. Thank you so much for the follow as well. Appreciate it. Welcome in. First and 10 of the 32. The Giants and the Saints, Coach Pickens, Coach Dirty Dave, 2 Super Bowls each. 5 minutes away from Super Bowl 10 here in VFL. You know, the Colts and Newff already in that conversation. Another 2-time Super Bowl winner. So tonight someone is going to get their 3rd Super Bowl. Tonight someone becomes the best coach in the league's history in terms of Super Bowls won. Every single coach that can make the final, that can make the Super Bowl, have won 2 franchise league titles. Goes over the top here. A moon ball. The Giants have got it. Malik Neighbors back from injury. Suffered in the middle of the season. And with a huge reception there, makes it 31-24. Absolutely massive from the Giants. The PAT, of course, here set to be taken. And Dave's just trying to make sure he doesn't get tackled here is good. So now this opens another quandary, another door of thought here. This is enough time for Pickens to score slowly. And does Pickens, if he scores slowly, does he have the cojones? Does he have the balls to go for 2 and win this game outright? Or is the aim against Dave always to just keep pace, keep it equal, and maybe take this one to overtime? The one thing he has to make sure he doesn't do, Pickens, is fumble this ball. We've seen it with Dave. He's got some of the best hits sticking in the league. He can cause fumbles with one clean connection. First and 10 of the 26. Dave, of course, as we said yesterday, is always going to play that defense where he shows blitz. There is never a safety high for Dave. He only will start coming out in kind of, formations with safeties clearly in the backfield if he is leading by a score or 2. He will never, ever reveal his coverage. He hides it constantly. I don't know if he comes out in a kind of shelled man blitz or if he intentionally and immediately presses down. But again, you can see there's realistically nothing. This looks like a blitz. You would look at this and say, okay, he's sending some serious pressure here because there's no one in the backfield. Pickens rolls past 1, keeps on going, and gets it down onto the 44. 11 rushes for 82 yards tonight from the impressive running back out of New Orleans, Algie Kamara. The heir to the throne, of course. He has been phenomenal in both seasons. I think won Offensive Rookie of the Year last season. Has done well in terms of replacing the other Kamara. First and 10 on the 44. Jevon Holland there, edging ever so closer. First and 10, 44-yard line. Pickens here, running forward, right through the middle. Eats 1. Pickens eats a 2nd, and Pickens there downed onto Dave's 44. Huge gain there as the clock keeps ticking. 3 minutes and counting. And is this the sign that maybe Pickens is trying to get the game to go to the potential of a 2-point conversion to win it? That would be heartbreaking either way if it does. Heartbreaking for Dave if he loses it by a 2-point conversion. Heartbreaking for Pickens if he fails. He's got to get there first, though, still a long way away from him and a touchdown against one of the best Americans, the best American to ever compete on the field here. Runs forward. Look at that quick cut down the left-hand side. In and onto the 32-yard line. First and 10. New Orleans continue to look unstoppable in this run game tonight. And that's going to be the 2-minute warning. This is where Dave will be praying, crossing his fingers, throwing up prayer signs and saying, Madden, just give me one single fumble, and this is all she wrote. Right now, Super Bowl 10, the Colts and the Giants, should it stay this way, an all North American clash, Canada versus the United States. First and 10 on the 32. The Colts last season beating Hughes and the Cardinals in the Super Bowl. It is a different entity, a different beast in New York with Dirty Dave. 28-yard line, 2nd and 6 for the Saints and Pickens. Now it starts to get a real air of tension. .28-yard line, Davidson looking, Davidson scrambling, Davidson again, launches left-hand side, Davidson, what a find! Across himself after peeling out right. And that's a big timeout called by Dave. He is, I think, believing that Pickens is going to get the score here, and then Dave is saying with that timeout, I believe I can go and get the field goal. Now, this is an interesting position here for Dave to take, because if Pickens is really confident of scoring, Pickens could play chicken with the timeouts here. I wouldn't say it's wise to do this, but Pickens could maybe take a knee here, see if Dave uses a timeout, because again, he can chew clock, Pickens, although he's losing. Take a knee, milk the clock down, and really try and put all the chips in for a score and a 2-point conversion. Don't think that's going to happen, but we've seen it happen before in previous playoff runs. 6-yard line, 1:20 on the clock, 4th quarter, looking, handing off. That's a big stop by Dave, 2nd to go on the 8. Another timeout taken. Pickens making Dave use all of his stops here. Spreads that one to the left-hand side. Where's this one going to go? Davidson scanning, looking. Davidson, I think they'll throw that one into the ground. And Dave doesn't need to use his timeout there. This is now getting really, really scary for Pickens. He's got 2 shots at the end zone. He's got to get this one over the line. He has to find 7 points at minimum. Converted 4 times today from 3rd down. Have the Giants, I think it said, only once for the Saints. Davidson looking, Davidson running, and Davidson down onto the 6. And this could be the game right here. Pickens needs 6 yards to make this a tie ball game. Dave's red zone defense has been phenomenal. But here we go. The Saints go big or go home, go to the Super Bowl or sit on the sidelines. Causes him to jump, and the Giants have been flagged for encroachment. Makes it 4th and goal on the 3. Every little helps. 3 yards now needed by Pickens and the Saints. Huge. Can the Saints punch this one in, though? Dave getting ready to pounce with McFadden, bringing in Ashford. Pickens studying the routes, getting ready, trying to make him jump again. Not going to happen. Pickens, the Saints. Can he find it? Can he find it? Pickens. It's intercepted! And Dave is going to the Super Bowl. It's absolutely hesitant. Pickens didn't know whether it was on. He had to make a blind read and make a blind throw, and it's horrendously backfired. It's an all-North American Super Bowl. The New York Giants and Dirty Dave out of Kentucky against the Indianapolis Colts and Newff out of Canada will be Super Bowl 10. One of these 2 North Americans has the chance to make it 3 Super Bowls. Davis won 1 in Madden 24, 1 in Madden 25. Could it be 1 on Madden 26? Could it be business as usual? It's a huge interception, and that could be the end of the season for Pickens. Again, you have to give credit to Pickens as well. Lost to Davis, we said earlier on, in game week 1 by 23 points. He has put up a hell of a fight here tonight. But a 7-point game is as close as they come between 2 of the greats in this conference, in this league. 2nd and 12 on the 18. If Pickinson calls a fumble here now, he will erupt. Running here forward. Eats one. David Farrow over. And that's going to be an injury timeout for number 38. And that could be maybe David Farrow, even though he's celebrating right now. That could be David Farrow out. I wonder who that injury comes towards. And there's been a muscle cramps for David Farrow, so not too much of a big one there. And that's going to be victory formation coming in here. First and 10 on the 32. Pickings will be able to time out once, and then this one will be kneeled out to confirm a Giants and Colts Super Bowl. All blue is Super Bowl 10 for Pickings. You feel for him. But at the end, Dave's red zone defense has been a nightmare for so many players. Not just this Madden, but last Madden, the Madden before. He has gotten to a Super Bowl once again. Failed last time out. I think this will be, yeah, this is Dave's first Super Bowl appearance in Madden 26. Season 8, the Dolphins and the Colts. Season 9, the Colts and the Cardinals. Season 10, no, it's the Seahawks and the Dolphins in Season 8. Seahawks, Dolphins, Season 8. Colts, Cardinals, Season 9. And now Colts, Giants, Season 10. Will it be 2 in a row for Newff, the second player ever to do it? Or will Dave finally claim a Super Bowl in Madden 26 and make it one per year once again? The NFC Championship heads back to New York. 31-24, the full-time score there. Right, well, I'm going to leave Dave's screen up so you can watch Dave kind of maybe flick through the Pro Bowl. If Dave can hear me, flick through the Pro Bowl. I'm going to whip into the other room, advance everything, and then come back and we'll talk about the Pro Bowl and all of that stuff. I believe regression, progression, all of that stuff doesn't happen until after the Super Bowl. So for now, sit tight. I'm going to go and advance everything, and then I will be back. So let's go and see who makes the Pro Bowl. Back in a moment.
You can read all about the pure breed. Do the noble dance, my duty, let my seed. When I step up in the place, and yo, I step correct. I got you all in check. I got that head nod that make you your neck. I got you all in check. And you know we come through to wreck the discotheque. I got you all in check. Throw your hands up in the air and never disrespect. I got you all in check. How dare you ever try to step on my suede shoes? Top gun shut down your firm like Tom Cruise. Please let me get down and blow a fuse. Acting fool, break it way down to molecules. Yo, let me hit you with my ill street blues. Bust the rhymes, always in lines, the street news. Hey, baby girl, don't be confused. Sell my 17s and enjoy my boat cruise.
It wasn't easy, but nothing is. No. that pain passed down like bottles on the wall. Mama said her dad's to blame, but that's his daddy's fault. Oh, there's no one left to call. You stay up counting down the days till you make your escape, but you're afraid you can outrun what's running through your veins. Oh, you're carrying the weight in the dead of night on that broken road. I won't let you walk alone. Oh, my brother, you don't have to follow in your bloodline. Oh, we got each other, and if you got tomorrow, then you still got time. Break the chain that left you scarred from where you came. Is it who you are? Oh, my brother, you don't have to follow in your bloodline.
Oh, I won't pretend that I know half the hell you've seen, but that don't mean it's something that you're destined to repeat. Oh, it's stronger than you think. You know it has to end, but you don't know where to start. You can pack your bags and I'll meet you where you are. Oh, I'll be waiting in the car in the dead of night on that broken road. I won't let you walk alone.
Oh, my brother, you don't have to follow in your bloodline.
Oh, we got each other, and if you got tomorrow, then you still got time to break these chains that left you scarred from where you came. Is it who you are? Oh, my brother, you don't have to follow in your bloodline.
That storm keeps on raging, but don't you forget,
God's not done with you yet.
when it feels like you're losing the war in your head,
Just know this isn't the end.
oh, my brother, you don't have to follow in your bloodline.
Oh, we got each other, and if you got tomorrow, then you still got time. You still got to break the chains that left you scarred from where you came. Is it who you are? Oh, my brother, you don't have to follow in your bloodline.
I was playing shows on outside of Los Angeles. Last stop in town before I hit the road. And it was hot. I said, man, point that fan at me, and I'll be good to go. Wasn't playing songs for long when came in candidly, but the prettiest young thing I ever saw. And she was hot, nothing short of masterpiece. I said, oh, I need to know, yeah, is that your man? Yeah, 'cause if it isn't, yeah, I'ma play my very best for you tonight. She said, I've a proposition. Every they want to take me home tonight. I said, what's that? And she said, if you can make me dance, I'll stay forever. If you can make me dance, I'll stay forever. So I sung her I wore when it came hard to breathe. Had to focus to make sure I hit the notes. And let it palm, and I won't blame you if you can't believe. But she
Thank you to Dave for finally, after about 15 years of waiting, going through the Pro Bowl. So yeah, some nice Pro Bowl options in there. We'll watch Newff's stream for the game as well. I'm gonna ping everyone in the Discords while these guys get their stuff done, and we can also advance the neon as well, just so that we can get everything kind of correct. We did the pick'em as well for the Super Bowl. Because the pick 'em race is tight. It is very tight. So, import rosters. And this one is the one that takes the longest. I don't know why when only 4 teams have played, but to each their own. For the line for the Super Bowl, some people always say, we'll just do a pick 'em, 0.5 here, or, minus 0.5, plus 0.5. I've got an opinion on the score, because again, both of them on US ping, or North American ping, whatever you want to call it. And in my opinion, Dave often does what I don't think he's not like a notorious loser on US ping, but he does have tight games. Gabe again at the Giants, great player, gave Dave a hell of a game on US ping when they played in the division. So tonight I'm saying Dave has a superior record, 15-2, 14-3. I'm going to say Dave is a minus 2.5. I think it will be a very close game. I think it'll be closer than what maybe Dave expects. I've flipped over because I had to put 2.5 in, so give me just a minute. We'll go back. Ping both chords, and then we're going to do some build-up, and then we'll go straight into what we're doing here tonight. Okay. I got DMs out the arse. I don't care from any of them. Sorry, not sorry. We can delete this channel. We can delete that channel. We can delete that. We don't need the Super Bowl channel anymore because that's kind of like done and dusted. So what we can do is we can put the pick'em in and then ping the Discord and we're all set. So we get rid of the pick'ems here. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. We'll do pick'em, abbreviation, VFL FR, Super Bowl 10. There you go. I've got to back Newff because that's my guy, but let's go and send the ping out now in both Discords and then get Super Bowl 10 rocking and rolling here this evening. All right. So this is Super Bowl 10. Super Bowl 10 is live. I'll change the stream title as well. And link in here. Yeah. Pop that in. Wonderful. Edit the stream title again. VFL Super Bowl X. There you go. Update that. Fantastic. All right. And then over into the big Discord again. Over we go, over we go. I can close that ticket as well. Some FIFA ticket, FIFA drama, eh? Brilliant. Close that. All right. Hashtag at everyone. VFL Madden with a football. Super Bowl 10 is live. Who walks away with the $150? There we go. There we go, there we go. Pop that in there. Publish that as well. All right, then. Here we go. The breakdown, the analysis of the big one this season. Dave and the Giants against Newff and the Colts. Of course, Dave and Newff, they've both won 2 Super Bowls each. Tonight, one of them goes and becomes the greatest ever with 3 Super Bowls. Dave has won 1 Super Bowl Madden 24, 1 Super Bowl Madden 25. He has not been to a Super Bowl yet. This Madden, it's his first one. For Newff, on the other hand, has the history of winning the Super Bowl last season against Hughes 96 and the Cardinals. If the Colts and Newff win here today, he is only the 2nd ever player to go back-to-back and win and then defend, so win 2 in a row, in the Super Bowl games. He won Super Bowl 9. Will he win Super Bowl 10? We can talk about the underdog tonight. who ironically is the reigning defending Super Bowl champion. Newff, of course, comes in with the following metrics: 4th in pass defense, 4th in pass offense, 19th in rush offense, 10th in pass defense, number 1 in rush defense. David Farrow, the running back out of the Giants tonight, going to have a tough go of things. He wants to just run the ball through Newff. The team, of course, for the Colts looks like this. This is the depth chart. Jalen Daniels, the quarterback, continues to be great. Jonathan Taylor, Desmond Reed, and Cam Scatterboot. It is a triple threat of action in the running back room. The fullback tight end room, you've got Tyler Warren, you've got Donald Parham, and you've also got Molokai Matavio, who, again, will probably barely get a snap of the ball. Maybe blocking tight ends, who knows. Adnai Mitchell, Alec Pierce, Ryan Hatt are the main 1, 2, 3 of the Colts. The offensive line, one of the best in the NFL. Quentin Nelson, Bernard Raymond, Braden Smith, and Tanner Bortolini, all 80+ overall. Defensive line, Micah Parsons, on the block, but one of the greatest to ever do it still on the left-hand side. Ashton Harnham, Braden Fisk, Harry Leach, the defensive line again, phenomenal. 85, 86, 86, 99 for the kind of big four there. The linebacker room, Harold Perkins Jr., the defensive rookie of the year, comes in with big expectations to, again, be phenomenal. 92 speed at will linebacker. That is just exactly what you want to see. Hunter Wohler, of course, in Mike as well, was a big breakout star last season. Hasn't really gone up overall since, though. Only a 79 overall between last season and this season. Maybe some like raised eyebrows and concerns there. The secondary, Avian Terrell, the 89 overall rookie cornerback, Nick Cross, Josh Moten, Cameron Bynum, Charvavius Ward, Riley Moss. Again, it's a secondary of dreams for Big Newff and the Colts. Of course, when you look at the schedule as well, 14-3 in the regular season. The only losses that he took, the New York Jets, the Buffalo Bills, and the New Orleans Saints, 30-27. That will give Dave some hope, because of course he's just beaten the New Orleans Saints by 7 points. But again, this is what a winning record looks like. This is what a Super Bowl champion looks like. On the other side of things, you've got Dirty Dave, of course, coming in tonight, looking for his first Super Bowl, Madden 26. 11th in pass offense, 9th in rush offense, 2nd in pass defense, 8th in rush defense. Again, metrics across both balance within the top 10 of everything, both offense and defense. In terms of the depth chart, you've got Jackson Dart and Sawyer Robertson. We know already that Sawyer Robertson is going to get the nod. David Farrow is the superstar running back that continues to be phenomenal. Got a great couple of plays in the last game that we saw between himself and Pickens. The fullback and tight end room, you got Richard Fitz, you got Daniel Bellinger, and even Greg Dolchich, the golden oldie at 27, who will maybe be well worth his weight in gold for backup. Wide receiver room, Amon-Ra St. Brown was brought in by the Giants from the Steelers, but has not hit the ground running. Dave does not like Amon-Ra St. Brown. Doesn't feel like he fits the scheme. Malik Neighbors is the guy at the New York Giants. He is someone that Dave trusts in to go on those streaks, to go on those deep runs and receive the ball. Stephon Diggs is great, especially with his age, a mentor tag, but also may well be good in the slot. Don't know how Dave's really using Stephon Diggs as he gets ready for retirement. The offensive line, Andrew Thomas, Assad Elhana, Justin Otero, Trey Zune III, all 80+ overall in the O-line. On the D-line, Dexter Lawrence II is getting up there, 30 years old next season, but still has incredible quality. 99 strength is definitely one of the key things to keep an eye out there. Abdul Carter on the edge is phenomenal, as is Brian Burns, who again is getting older. You will need to start, if you're Dave, looking at replacements on that right-hand side. Maybe one of these in terms of Chauncey Golston or Javonte Jean-Baptiste could be someone that steps up. I've completely gone to the wrong side. You're not really missing anything anyway. The linebackers, Deontay Lawson, 87 overall, 23. Bobby Okereke, secondary, Drew Phillips, Tristan Ashford, Paulson Adebo. Again, you're seeing the numbers here, 91s, 90s, 88s. Even if you didn't see the picture before, you can hear the level of kind of player we're talking about. These are two stacked teams, is what I'm getting at. There isn't a weak link in the Giants. There isn't a weak link in the Colts. Usually you look at one team and you say, well, the secondary is a bit rough. Well, the D-line's a bit old. Well, the wide receiver's not good enough. These two are phenomenal players. These two are multi-time Super Bowl winning coaches. These two have got some of the most well-rounded teams in the NFL. Only one of them, though, can go all the way and win a third Super Bowl in their careers. Neon tonight predicting that this one is set to be a 34-31 ball game to the New York Giants and Dirty Dave. They say that he will win by 3 points, which is funny because I set the line at 2.5. So I said it would be close. No interceptions to be thrown by Dave. 2 apparently to be thrown by the rookie Jalen Daniels. It all comes down to this. Does this banner remain blue and white for Indianapolis, or does it turn blue and red for the New York Giants? Dirty Dave, Big Newff, Super Bowl 10. We are there, ready and set for it. We are ready to go. Who brings the big one home? Who wins the $150 prize here tonight in the Super Bowl? We're ready. We're set to go. Strap in for it. Game volume is good. We are all prepared.
272 regular season games.
What stadium are you in for the final? We're at Hard Rock Stadium. All right, then. There you go. Here we are, then. The Giants and the Colts.
This one is for all the marbles.
Newff was here just last season, beat Hughes 96 in the Cardinals. Today it is an all-North American matchup. There is no conversation about ping, no conversation about delay, no conversation about latency. Who can play the better Madden? Who can potentially play the most mistake-free Madden? 40 minutes, maybe 50 minutes, depending on if this goes to overtime or not, to decide who is going to be Super Bowl 10 champion. The red and white jerseys here for the New York Giants and Dirty Dave. The dark blue jerseys, of course, for Newff. Gain of 2 already. Ashton Harnham getting the first tackle of his evening in this big one. And as we said, Newff coming into this one tonight with the #1 run defense in the entire league. He has been Mr. AFC for the last couple of seasons. Perkins here in the center as the user, 37-yard line, 2nd and 8. Audibles here being called by Dave. Going to get the ball off, and that there is a great find and down onto the 47. A part of me there was thinking maybe Dave was going to get called for a delay of play there with how short he was leaving it. Said he's audible heavy. He likes to make adjustments. He likes to tinker. 1st and 10 on the 47. Cover 1 here. Potentially being loaded unless Newff wants to audible, but Dave looking, scanning, right side, looking open, and that there's a find. And who else but the Giants' main man, wide receiver, #1 on the chest, and that there is Malik Neighbors. Giants fans in real life have seen that so often, but that's why he trusts him. He's got 6 more speed than Amon-Ra St. Brown. He said that's the most important thing for me as a coach in my wide receivers, the speed, the agility to get down the sides. He does exactly that. 7-0. Malik Neighbors gets the first touchdown of Super Bowl 10. Well, here we go. The Colts right back to it. And a good return here, just about gets contact with him on the 28, 1st and 10. Thank you so much as well for the sub. Again, fellas, any subs as well that you put in helps cover the prize for the Super Bowl. So, again, like I said, it's a $150 trophy that these guys get. So your sub money helps pay for it. So appreciate you in advance for any help and support there. Shout out to some of the commissioners as well in the past. Guys like Killian and Batistuta. Always chip in for the trophy. Nice of them. But this season, and last season, and the season before, has been all me. So, just shows you how much I love this. I wouldn't be putting the money in if I didn't care. 2nd and 4 on the 34. Hands this one off through the center. Runs right into Dave, though. No gain. 34-yard line. 3rd and 4. That's where we sit.
Swallows them up right at the line of scrimmage, and I think the next time this offensive play caller decides to go to the ground game,
a bit of a tricky 3rd down now
find a different place along that defensive front
for Dave. to kind of work against Newff. Newff's got to make sure he just finds his best red zone play here. Needs 3-4 yards, and that's going to be good. Just about. Newff creeps over the line. 1st and 10 on the 38. Man defense there was the right call from Dave, and it nearly proves to be the correct call, but ultimately the tackle happens just before the first down marker, and then I think Dave effectively tackles and gets Pierce down and then tackles him in and over the line. So 1st and 10 on the 38 is where we stand here.
Get a fresh set of downs and start over again.
Daniels here, getting ready to go. Where's this one going to launch to? Oh, wow. That could have been a pick if Dave was just a little bit more snappy. No sack, at least, is the only positive side of that there. 2nd and 10 on the 38. And again, the 2 games that we've seen Newff play today already, he has been a bit of a maverick, a bit of an explosive offensive player, taking some risks. Some of them are backfired. Needs to play some smart math in here. Oh, just completely sheds through. Desmond Reed being sat down in the mid-blitz. Dave saying, we are in the Super Bowl. The mid-blitz comes out. It's regarded as one of the kind of, you know, the meta-man blitzes is the mid-blitz. 3rd and 13 on the 36. Let's see where Newff opts to go with this one on that left-hand side. Is he going to look towards the left-hand side? Newff, what a find. What a find. 3rd and 13, fearless. And the cover 4 quarters does not work. Exposes that soft purple area on the left-hand side, because it is match defense. And Newff finds the smallest pocket of space to kind of launch that one through and get the 1st and 10. Huge play. Huge pass. 1st and 10 on the 37. You got corner outs galore. Where's this one going to go? B launches over the top. Touchdown! The Colts have an equalizing score. We called it explosive. We called it direct. And Ryan Hatt has just got that one out of his hat. That's a huge play to make it 7-7. Fearless passing from Newff here. 2 monstrous plays. 3rd and 13 converts for 1st down and then some. And then a huge bomb right over that left center area and gets the equalizing score. 7-7. We are in for a game here tonight. Great play from both so far. We've seen Malik Neighbors magic. We've seen Ryan Hatt magic. VFL zone. But the ball, as of now, goes back to Dirty Dave once again.
7-7 as they kick it off.
Here we go then. What will Dave have learned from not only that offensive spell from Newff there, but also the defense that Newff played in the first kind of exchange? Runs that one forward. Newff there gets a good tackle. Fumble, fumble, fumble. And the Colts have recovered. Wow. The Colts caused the fumble. Dives at Dave's ankles. I don't know how he's caused the fumble there. And it's going to be booth reviewed. It didn't feel like it was going to be a fumble. And Dave does get the ball back. I didn't understand how it would be. He dived at Dave's ankle and got a strip fumble. Was never going to stand up, I don't think. And I think even Newff probably knew that. It was a very, very strange fumble. 5-yard gain in the end. 2nd and 5 on the 40. Hands this one right through the center, and Dave here eats one hit, gets down again. 1st and 10 on the 49. Devin Farrow tonight, 3 rushes for 17 yards. Newff will be telling, though, he'll be telling to Dave, be saying to Dave, I was that close. I was an inch away from making you panic there. 1st and 10 on the 49. Looking to throw here. Dirty Dave. Oh, and it's again. Who else but Malik Neighbors? Number 1 again. And the 4 verticals works a charm. Right through the center. And Dirty Dave frying up the defense once again. His 2nd touchdown tonight from Malik Neighbors. And we said earlier on that maybe the game between Dave and Pickens is going to be a bit of a gunfight. Well, we ain't seen nothing yet, because I think this one could be a 50, 60, 70, 80 point game tonight. We'll be talking about this one being 45-45 in the 4th if these 2 offenses continue to start like they have done. The Colts back on the ball. How much will Newff now be fearing the hit stick, the fumble of Dirty Dave and the Giants? Well, let's see where this one goes. Motion around the left here. Again, he's like that play. Oh, Dave there was trying to dive tackle all of his way. And Newff going to just run here, take the license to run. 2nd and 3 on the 36. Dave there missed with what I think was, I don't know, because the way that he kind of fell forward indicates that I think Dave wanted to go for a hit stick tackle there and was just a little bit short. Newff saw that, evaluated the pressure, dipped, and ran right forward. So, really nice there from Newff and the kind of awareness of the quarterback position. Gain of 7, 2nd and 3 on the 36. Looking again. Daniels scanning. Evaluating B right through the middle. Yeah, he has kind of got Dave constantly. Both of these two have identified the weak point of one another immediately. It's the seams for Newff that he has effectively worked with Malik Neighbours, has Dave. And then it's right through the centre, airily through the centre every single time. Dave has got to kind of adjust that there. Maybe drop the safeties ever so slightly. Because that kind of like that 20 to 25 yard pass range just keeps opening up Dave instantly. Well, 1st and 10 on the 34. Looking, comeback route. And that one there is brought in. Dude, the confidence to throw a comeback route in the Super Bowl, let alone a comeback route ever. I ain't got no confidence throwing a comeback route. I feel like when I do it, my wide receiver just develops the brain of a fucking, I don't know, this of a can and just literally just hits him in the head, hits him in the back. 1st and 10 on the 18. 2nd quarter. Now here and ready to go. 1st and 10 on the 18. Movement here around this right-hand side. As the play action, X is all open every day of the week, twice on Sundays. Gain of 16, 1st and goal on the 2. Huge play.
Gain of 16 on back-to-back plays.
All right.
And another 1st down.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
1st and goal on the 2.
A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's
Red zone defense is what Dave was so red hot at with the game against Pickings. Looking here, left side, touchdown, easy. Nice sort of flat route there for the Colts. And number 89, Donald Parham, a rare scorer here in the Super Bowl, but a scorer nevertheless. 14-14 with the ball returning back to Dirty Dave early into the 2nd quarter. It is who fails in scoring first. That's what it comes down to here. Who's going to get that first advantage, that first euphoric claim on defense. 1st and 10 on the 35. Here we go. Of course, as well, a reminder, after this game, we'll be going into the final contract week. That's when dev traits will upgrade, downgrade. It's when player regression will hit in, and that's when, of course, I'll be doing the manual upgrade and downgrading of dev traits on players. So there you go. Rotation here. Dave, though, being hit and dropped and downed. No gain. 2nd and 10 on the 35.
In order for you to be able to operate out of this 4-3 style defense, Mike, the key is your defensive tackles, their ability to penetrate, their ability
Perkins
to be
once again
wreckers. That's exactly what we
looking
saw
ready
here.
to go
His
here.
ability to get back there, make the stop at the line of scrimmage, keep it to no gain.
Scanning, looking underneath, and that's going to be claimed. I think Newff was hoping, crossing his fingers and praying there it was going to be a breakup in midair. I think he was hoping to himself, I'll hit him as he's catching, the ball will pop out, it will be 3rd and 10. In the end, Dave gets it over the line, 1st and 10 on the 48.
Able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback.
Here we go again,
seeing the
1st and
game
10,
through the
48 yard line,
exact
5:20 on the
same
clock.
And there is a lot of room to operate.
Looking, scanning, dumped underneath. That's a big hit. That's the kind of hit that you would say, all right, that's fumble territory right there. How many times have we seen Dave do an identical hit? The ball just pops out and he recovers. Newff not getting the luck that time, but a heavy hit indeed. 2nd and 6 on the 48 once again. Sawyer Robertson. Oh, I'll tell you what, he was sending the pressure there, was Newff. Really looking to try and get at Sawyer Robertson. Quick time. Again, one of the weak areas of Sawyer Robertson, the quarterback, is his throw under pressure. It's not the highest, and I think that's what Newff was trying to kind of get out of him here. 1st and 10 on the 32. Looking here, and that there again, he tried it, but it's Malik Neighbors. It's a hat trick of touchdowns. I think Newff has got to give up on trying to get this pressure on Perkins. Oh no, sorry, from Perkins onto Robertson. Twice, 3 times, Newff is selling out on the blitz to try and get to the quarterback, and then he's giving up these kind of big gains because of the lack of zonal positioning that his secondary is getting. I think he's got to play more zone defense. I think, again, these zone blitzes, they're not working. A couple of times now in a row that Newff has kind of given up big touchdowns because of the zone blitz. 21-14, 4 minutes to go of this first half. Dave now with the opportunity to get a huge stop and make things difficult again. 3 touchdowns in a row though for Malik Neighbors. We could be talking about Super Bowl MVP Malik Neighbors. Well on his way, isn't he? 1st and 10 on the 18. Looking here, be open as you like. Nice easy one there, and Newff having his ankle grabbed by one and getting hit on the upright by the other. Could have bent backwards and contorted there, Newff and his player, but keep steady.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this
1st and
entire
10,
first half.
33-yard line.
Just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
So it'll be 1st and 10.
Desmond Reed
The 33.
now running forward. Oh, Dave trying to go and get that dive tackle again, and he dives, but he can't get the lock on. He's trying his hardest to try and dive into the pathway of Reed, and it just hasn't worked a couple of times now. No huddle here, right underneath, easy as you like. Shimmies past one, and again Dave is just flinging tackles. I think that one there wasn't a dive tackle, that was a hit stick tackle, because usually when you see them do like a barrel roll and they do like a kind of front flip after the tackle, that indicates Dave went for a hit stick there. 1st and 10 on the 30.
You don't always have to throw the ball downfield.
Daniels
to explosive plays.
looking underneath. Dave now giving up some big positions and big spots in that underneath game. That kind of 5 to 7 yard pass last couple of times has been wide open for Newff. 2nd and 2 on the 22.
Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Looking, going, right bumper. Oh God, it's wonderful. It's so open, but that, my friends, is the negative side of having a rookie quarterback, having that low overall to develop. He's just thrown what can only be described as a wide open play, a wide open route, but red timed, inaccurate. What can you say?
Next thing you know, they're going
3rd and 2 on the 22. Newff here needing 2 yards to keep this drive going. Where's he going to go? Left-hand side, easy. Dave, I think, was following the deep kind of corner in the backfield for the one-play touchdown. Newff there seeing that, having that second level open is just great IQ, great reads. 2-minute warning. 21-14, 7-yard line here now for the Indianapolis Colts. 1st and goal.
Get a fresh set of downs. They're saying the defense is going to pack it in close. They're protecting
Dave's red zone defense once again coming to the forefront.
Big play. A chance here to draw level before the break. It's 1st and goal.
Almost feels quite poetic, doesn't it? Where's this one going to go? Oh, that's going to be a big hit, but incomplete. Almost quite poetic, though. We talked about that rivalry earlier on tonight between Newff and Rolly Football, the Colts and the Dolphins. And now here Newff is playing the Super Bowl in the Dolphin Stadium. That's quite, it's a little ironic, it's a little funny. Rolly Football left the keys on the front porch and said, make yourself at home, I'm not watching this shit, I'm out of it. Well, looking to throw here, gonna have to get this one away. 3rd and goal on the 7. Great red zone defense again. Dave absolutely locking things up, and now Newff needs to find 7 yards in the next play, because I don't think you can afford to risk going for this one. I think you have to take the field goal should it open itself up, but Newff won't be thinking about that yet. He'll be thinking, I can get 7 yards, I can find 7 yards, I know a touchdown is coming. Will he be correct? Will he be incorrect? Going to go on the 7. Looking again. Where's he going to go? Open, and that's going to be incomplete. 4th, well, no, it's complete. Gain of 3. 4th and goal on the 4, and he's accidentally no huddled or hurried up, whatever. But he isn't going for a field goal. So he no huddled and then timed out. I thought he was going to time out to take the field. It's Dave that called the timeout. Excuse me. Dave called the timeout. He wants as much time on the clock as possible. Newff going for this one. 4th and goal on the 4. Not coach's decision. Tries to make Dave jump. Not going to happen. Where's he going to go here? RB. And that's a touchdown. Balls of steel. Confidence of steel for the Colts. Ryan Hatt versus Malik Neighbors is the storyline tonight in the wide receiver room. 21-21 at halftime here as we approach it in Super Bowl 10. Only 25 more minutes of real lifetime, you can argue, for this game to go, but still, both of these two, Dave and Newff, faultless on the offense. A minute and 41 seconds, so you would think Dave has the opportunity now to take the lead going into halftime. Here we go, to the 35-yard line once again, 1st and 10. Sawyer Robertson here, looking underneath towards the left. No, right through the middle. That's a wonderful throw. Eats the hit. Down onto the 44, 1st and 10. It's a good find from Dave. The question mark remains if Newff will continue to go for some of those zone blitz plays that he's used already. That's caused him some discomfort in terms of letting up big yardage. Where's this one going to go? Underneath. Well, I mean, it was kind of underneath. It was about a 7-yard kind of underneath throw. Catches it in the stride of the jump and then gets the 1st down and then some. 1st and 10 on the 28. And Dave here now is looking again like he's going to score. Neither of these two can stop the other.
Finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points.
Hands this one off through the center, and this one could be all the way. No, stopped and down. The Giants here down onto the 8-yard line, 45 seconds and counting.
Before the end of the second quarter.
That is a gain of 20. What a chance now. 1st and goal coming up.
1st and goal, 8-yard line. Looking again, hands this one off. Big hit. Yo, that's a huge one. Howard Perkins again. Onto the 7-yard line we go, and a timeout called by the Colts. Dave trying his best to run this one in, but it just ain't going to happen. Harold Perkins, the man to beat. 2nd and goal on the 7. Dave here going to be looking to throw this one in, I think. There's no doubt about it. Looking, launching, Sawyer Robertson, and that's incomplete. 3rd and goal on the 7. The Hammer blast that time, causing a little bit of discomfort for Dave. Still though, 3rd and goal on the 7. Incomplete, stops the clock. RPO the left-hand side, and that's going to be a touchdown. When in doubt, RPO it out. Dave takes the lead, 28-21. 35 seconds, and Amon-Ra St. Brown, who transferred not once but twice, remember, went from the Lions to the Steelers for a brief period in the preseason, then was moved on, did not mesh well with the ideology, with the play style, with life in Pittsburgh, with Coach Kappa, was traded off immediately with intent for the New York Giants. Dave has not liked Amon-Ra St. Brown, has rarely used Amon-Ra St. Brown, used him in isolation effectively, but he just gets a big touchdown here in Super Bowl 10. And that there will be a pause as I think these two get ready to just compose themselves and contain themselves here. 28-21 as things stand. I will check and make sure there's no issues or complaints being raised here. But I think a coaching change. No, nothing. Okay. I think whenever someone pauses, I always go and check the channel, make sure no one's kind of saying, hey, this is illegal, that's illegal. But seems it was just a quick one, that. Here we go then. 1st and 10 on the 30. Newff here. Would love 7, but wouldn't mind 3. Where's he going to go? Man coverage, I think this one is. Goes over the top to the right-hand side. That's going to be incomplete. 2nd and 10 on the 30. Yeah, Dave really liking the way that his defense is responding to man defense right now. Again, for people coming in from the FIFA side watching this for the first time tonight, man defense is when you pick a defense and you effectively, you aren't sitting in zones, you know. It's not like zonal coverage from a corner. You are basically playing man on a corner. You are saying to each guy, you've got your assignment, you stick to him like glue. That worked brilliantly there for Dave.
Take what's there, sustain the drive.
2nd and 10 on the 30, looking again, pressure coming, underneath though, works well, and Dave there dive tackling once again, and then barrel rolls him forward, 3rd and 3. Dave is praying for Madden to give him a lock on right now. The amount of dive tackles in the wrong direction, flying by like he's Superman, is crazy. Dave is not confident in kind of getting that lock on himself. Still, though, a long way away from field goal range. You need about 20 yards still in 17 seconds. Newff with no timeouts remaining. Got to be one big player go to the outside here. Where's Newff going to go? The Colts looking. B-A. That one there is red timed. And it's going to be incomplete. 4th and 3 on the 37. And this will be a punt. Another red time from Jalen Daniels, though. He had such a great game against FUP and the Jets. But right now, he's throwing up some stinkers. And the LA Chargers, who were ringing about taking him on a trade deal, Diverse Jamie at the Chargers were talking about maybe making him the next quarterback, the next franchise player at LA. Maybe they've just put the phone down after seeing these last couple of plays. A couple of red times in this game have to be concerning for the Dutchman out of the Chargers. 1st and 10 on the 20, 4 seconds to go, and this will be the half. Or will it? Hang on, Dave. If he broke away there, could have been on for a big one. 7 rushes, 55 yards for David Farrow. Half-time here, though, 28-21, the Giants lead. Dave with 1 foot over the line, with 1 hand on the trophy, and 1 step closer towards being the most successful coach in the VFL Madden League's history. 10 seasons, 3 titles, Madden 24, 25, 26. Dave wins here tonight. He will have 3 Super Bowls on his desk. 1 from Madden 24, 1 from Madden 25, 1 from Madden 26. This one there, shuffled by, gains that one, and then gets hit down. The good news for Newff, of course, is that he was always going to start with the ball back. But, again, how much nicer would it have been to start with the ball back and either be level or really be 3 points behind rather than 7 points behind. He needed any sort of inch that he could take. However, still, Dave could very much wrap this one up here with 1 fumble. He could wrap this one up here with a good bit of defense. Runs right through the center. And here he goes all the way. Look at the explosive speed. He did it to rolling football, and he's done it to Dave. Touchdown, the New York Giants. To see on his chest the captain of the Colts, Captain Fantastic, Desmond Reed, the running back, has done it again. What a touchdown and what a way to start your second half of football. Dave couldn't cope with the shimmying and shaking. Shook to the left, shook to the right, and then exploded. Newff timing that speed boost emphatically to get through Dave's defense there. And I think this is the thing as well. Newff knows he can get away with it because we've seen the amount of dive tackles that Dave is throwing into these random crazy directions. All you need is a little bit of luck that Dave one time misses a dive tackle, misses a hit stick, and then you are gone. You are free in the backfield. So I don't mind that, and I like the thinking of Newff as well to immediately go for a run right off the rip. 28-28 here in the 3rd quarter. Back on offense goes the Giants. Looking underneath, finds again number 86, and it could have been an instant. Oh, I can't lie, I thought that was a fumble there for a minute, the way the camera was changing. But in the end, Richard Fitz, nicknamed Dick, has got down to the 39. If the Dick fits, eh? First and 10 on the 39, Harold Perkins. Oh, I tell you what. Ashton Harnham there has had a wonderful breakthrough and just dropped the Giants for a loss of 4. Second and 14 on the 43.
Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
Again, remember the winner tonight, $150 on the line in regards to the trophy, the prize that they win. Second and 14 on the 43. Looking again, left-hand side, the pressure was coming, third and 14. And this could be the moment we were talking about. We said that both of these two offensively so far tonight have been perfect. It was all about who gets the first stop. Third and 14 could be massive right now for Newff and the Indianapolis Colts. Dave has to find a completion, even if it's short yards, just to get into credible field goal range. What is he going to do? Where is he going to aim? Looking, scanning, right side, and this is brought in. We saw Newff convert on a third and 12. We've seen Dave convert on a third and 14. This is what the Super Bowl is about, boys. The two best in the business being fearless in those long drives. Huge there from Dave. Perkins, the user again, runs right through though. And this time the running back stopped short of the first down. Second and 1 on the 16-yard line. Newff will feel some kind of way though about that. He knows how important that was. He knows how big it would have been to get the stop on third and 14. Second and 1 now. Dave going to run this one through. Big one hit, cut stick towards the leg. And this is the thing, David Farrow's got to be careful here. Newff is getting some dangerous cut sticks, dangerous hit sticks on the running back. Wear and tear is a thing. The more hits that David Farrow, the running back of New York, takes, the less likely he's going to be in the game to keep hold of the ball. Left-hand side, how in the blue hell has Malik Neighbors caught that one at his ankles? Second and 7 on the 11. The fact he got any gain out of that is ridiculous. So 4 catches, and I think it was for 139 yards today in Super Bowl 10. Second and 7 on the 11. Perkins once again looking and getting ready to go. Points to the left-hand side. Robertson motion to the right-hand side, then back to the left-hand side. Looking here underneath, being looked for, but no, it's a touchdown again. And who else but Richard Dick Fitz, number 86 for the Giants, is looking to keep up with the pace with Malik Neighbors. There's an internal conversation here with Giants players as to who's going to get Super Bowl MVP. 35-28. The kickoff coming back once again to the Colts and Big Newff. Big reminder as well, as we said before earlier on in the first half, give you a reminder now, after tonight, of course, we'll be going into that final contract re-sign stage. The draft is scheduled, as of now, because we've got the Super Bowl done today, the draft is scheduled for Friday night. So keep that under your hats. And for our Americans that maybe won't be here on Friday night, we can organize sub-cover for you. But Friday night is going to be the ideal time, because then it gives everyone until Saturday night to do their training camp. And then, of course, we can advance on Sunday. Maybe get some Sunday night football going. That could be good. That could be something. First and 10 of the 26. Where are we going to go with this one? Looking, scanning, X underneath, finds Dave, not able to stop Newff, skimming and shaking and rotating and spinning like a blue and white Beyblade on the turf of Florida here. Gets it onto the 42-yard line. Newff is silky. He's slimy. He is just able to fit through the cracks of this New York Giants side. Incredible. Look how far he had to go across the field. First and 10 on the 42. You've got to remain flawless, though. You cannot allow the first interception to happen here. Newff looking underneath, brings it in. Fantastic. Alec Pierce, 5 catches, 69 yards. Nice. 69 yards here already in this game, which still has another quarter to go. There could be the possibility of Alec Pierce getting north of 100 yards here. Hands this one off right through the center. Newff through Cam Scatterboo, the former Giant, coming back to haunt the Giants with a first down there. Tears in MKW's eyes as he sees Scatterboo in the blue and white of Indianapolis rather than the red and white of the Giants. I think even if Cam Scatterboo was on the market, even if Cam Scatterboo was 85 years old, he would be a Raven instantly. But first and 10 on the 34, minute 36 to go. Newff continuing to move the chains and continuing to prove that this Super Bowl is all about offense tonight. I mean, we're up for one of the highest scoring Super Bowls ever if it keeps on this way. Look at it again. Where's he going to go? RB. Oh, that's the first potential of a warning sign for Newff. That could have been really, really bad. Second and 10 on the 34, though. Dave keeps things tight. Second and 10, 34-yard line. Where's he going to go here? Looking. Why underneath? And that one going to be broken up. Third and 10. And this could be the first time tonight where we see a drive not end in a touchdown. Will Newff convert through 10 yards, or will Newff have to take the field goal? Does he believe he can stop Dave? He has to believe, doesn't he? He's got to believe.
Those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure
Here
the
we
catch
go.
through contact.
And this one, Daniels. Looking, needs some assistance. Oh, Daniels brings it in, but it's dropped. The red time passes in this Super Bowl. The anxiety, the pressure has got to this rookie quarterback. His first season in the league. And right now, you have to be honest, he's played some good football here, but in the second quarter, or the second quarter and the third quarter, he's thrown some really, really disgusting red time throws. And that's put Newff in a bit of a precarious situation. You would think a 4-point game is a great position to be in. But with how Dave and Newff have both been going at each other and neither of them being able to stop the other, you have to feel like that stop for Dave there was absolutely huge. Massive from the Giants, who now have a 4-point lead and get the ball back. Newff has to stop Dave here. Whether it be for 3 points or whether it be a punt, he needs a stop. 35-yard line, here we go. Newff, interestingly as well, repeatedly kicking the ball out of bounds rather than even giving Dave a chance to return the ball. Clearly not confident enough of his kickoff return defense, but maybe that could be an idea. First and 10 on the 45, another confirmed catch here tonight. Cross. Alubi hands this one off through the middle. Drops him down. Second and 7 on the 49. Of course, as well, if Dave should win this Super Bowl tonight, it keeps up that tradition of there being a new winner each season. Kyle MCC and the Seahawks in Season 8 in Madden 26. Newff in Season 9 with the Colts last season. Dave with the Giants will be the third different winner this Madden so far. Thank you so much. Oh, it's a flag for the Giants, though, so it's not going to count. It's not going to count. Dave's going to be furious it won't count for a flag
have the most insane
for
amount
holding.
of pizza rolls if he wins here.
Oh, Dave will be feasted on pizza rolls like you will not believe. Thank you so much for the sub as well. Again, all the subs here help towards funding the prize. $150 for the winner here tonight. So we appreciate you. But, dude, trust me, he's going to be having New York themed pizza rolls. Fucking red, blue, and white pizza rolls. Get all the food coloring and dye you can imagine. Puts him onto second and 17 at the 39. That's a huge let-off for Newff, who was nearly burned for huge yardage there. Dave got to make the most of this, though. Looking underneath, fires that one. And I can't believe it. Malik Neighbors, even when he's not catching the ball, has just assisted and guided the receiver there. If you go back and watch that clip, that Malik Neighbors actually walks in the way, watch this, and bumps him slightly to the right, which gives him an extra couple of yards. Malik Neighbors, the assisting machine, both on the ball and off the ball. That's huge for the Giants. Oh, stop and go. See you later. Pull your pants up. Come back from the shops with some semi-skimmed milk. The Giants there, another first down. And onto the 32 in this fourth and final quarter of Super Bowl action. And again, you have to give credit to Dave. He may well be an emotionless robot. He may well be a prison captor. He may well eat like it's the World War still. He may not know anything outside of the culinary delight of Bojangles, but this guy tonight has played some phenomenal Madden. Absolutely, you cannot doubt that. The offense from both of these two, in particular Dave, has been great. But there has been an injury, and is that injury on David Farrow, who has been the main target here tonight? I don't think Dave will care. He knows that the postseason, the preseason is on after this. He will say, David Farrow, get your ass out there. You are playing through the injury. Give him all the painkillers you can imagine and keep him up. Tyrone Tracy is in, so David Farrow is out. Muscle cramps there for the running back. 2nd and 6 on the 17. This is imperative that Newff doesn't let up a touchdown here.
It is 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 on the 17. Harold Perkins got to maybe guess the route here. Does he believe in Tyrone Tracy like he believes in David Farrow? The answer is no, he doesn't. Throw to the left-hand side, and that man blitz, the pinch, has come back to forsake Newff. This is the thing, Dave rotating really nicely between the run game and the corner outs here, but first to go on the 6, and Dave here with a touchdown will feel like he is on the cusp of Super Bowl number 3. He's won them with 3 different teams as well. That would be something that you could say is another bit of an achievement for Dave. Throws that one into the dirt though. Today, should he win, one with the Giants. I think the previous ones have come with the New England Patriots, and I can't remember the other one. Someone will have to kind of remind me. But definitely the Patriots is one. The Giants would be today the other. And there's one more I can't quite remember. It evades me. Anyway, 2nd and goal on the 6 hit. Carlisle's getting ready to go. What's he going to do? What can he use? Nothing. Touchdown. And the Giants may well have just sealed this game up. 4:40 on the clock. Newff 11 points down. Newff needs a score, a stop, and a score to win this game. A score, a stop, and a field goal to tie this game and take it to overtime. 42-31. No, I was incorrect as well. Even a field goal wouldn't help him. Yeah, he needs a score. Oh, no. And there it is. There it is. It was going to happen at some point. The fumble, and that should be it. You never see a Dirty Dave game without the fumble. The hit stick. Again, he's got Asperger's or autism in a good way, does Dave. And he just gets the timing of that hit stick bang on every time, and that's going to be it. Ball game. The New York Giants are going to be Super Bowl champions. Dirty Dave has once again reigned home the ultimate prize in a season where he says he has not played confidently and he has not felt brilliant. One fumble, one hit stick. Kiz called it that Pickings and Dirty Dave luck. He said that Madden favors Dave and favors Pickings. The amount of fumbles that Dave has now got in his Madden career in VFL, you may have to start calling Dave the best hit sticker in league history. I have never seen someone consistently, systematically get so many hit stick fumbles. Huge. And it's another one! It's another one that he's got! And he's nearly gotten away with it again. Oh my God. Oh wow. And could you imagine if it was 2 hit stick fumbles and 2 fumble 6s in a row? Unbelievable. 49-31. Newff keeps on the ball, but 18 points in 4 minutes and 20 seconds may feel like this is a foregone conclusion here. Newff played so well for 3.5 quarters. It just took one stop. That was what it was always going to be. Jalen Daniels, my goodness, in the second half has been ass. Oh my God. Rookie quarterback syndrome coming to haunt Newff here. You have to ask the question, this constant quarterback rotation. Newff says he does it because it's boring sticking with a good quarterback. Would a good quarterback today made the difference between winning and losing this game? How many times can you go through the roundabout, the routine of drafting a quarterback, developing a quarterback, trading them up? When is the end point? When are you going to find someone that you're going to commit to for 6-7 years and make them the franchise star? 81 overall without morale boost is Jalen Daniels. And it's being felt in this game. Drop pass again, 4th and 10. And dust your hands off. This is over. Dirty Dave is going to win the Super Bowl here tonight.
And that's what you call a wasted
49-31.
series. They come out here and they decide,
And for
we're
Newff,
just
there
gonna
will
air
be
it out.
no
First,
successful
second, third
defense.
down, all 3 incompletions, and now
Will
brings up
this
fourth
change
down,
the
and
plans
barring some
of
crazy
Big
decision
Newff?
here
Will he
keep
look
your
to
offense on the
stick
field,
maybe with Jalen
you're
Daniels? Because again,
finding
it just
yourself right back on the
feels
sideline.
like again, look at Sawyer Robertson as well. Sawyer Robertson, a rookie, but 91 overall with the boost. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if this is a quarterback issue or this is just a timing issue from Newff. But I mean, what a catch, by the way. But it just felt like an offside as well. I just felt like today that from when that stop happened, the amount of red times we've seen, the height, the overthrows, the the inaccuracy, the inconsistency of the passing from Jalen Daniels has been a real sore point here tonight for the Canadian. Looking to throw here to the right-hand side. Is he? Will he? Into the dirt he goes. 47 seconds, or 47-yard line with 3 minutes and 55 seconds to go. Dave 18 clear. He can relax. He can become lucid. He knows that this Super Bowl is coming back to his boyhood team, the New York Giants. He calls it his boyhood team. How much of a Giants fan Dave is up to interpretation. We've always had that joke with Dave that he doesn't even know who the Manning brothers are, so you wouldn't even be too surprised if he knows too much about the history of New York. But the reality is the New York Giants in VFL franchise league history have never won the Super Bowl, if I'm not mistaken. You have to go through the history list of the teams, which of course is all in the history section of the Discord. But for me, I think tonight the first Giants Super Bowl win. We'll check it after this game. A great reception there, and the Colts at least going to get a good consolation score here. 49-37. It could be 49-39 should Newff attempt to go for 2 here. Does he still believe? Does he think that he can turn this around with 3:36 to go? He's going for the 2-point conversion to make it a 10-point game. Daniels looking, and I tell you fucking what, Jalen Daniels, have some shame, buddy. Oh my God. Another orange timed floaty ball. Unbelievable. Onside kick here coming. Newff here. Trying to get this one. It's going to go up here. Fumble potentially, nothing. First and 10 of the 48. And Dave here going to just probably look to secure this one with a couple of first downs and then knees. 12-point game for the New York Giants. Dave, of course, who was so close to, being in some serious trouble to Finley safe. There will still be some kind of, some conversations about the kind of sportsmanship of that game. Snow game. Dave goes out there in white unis on purpose, causes Finley safe to almost kind of play blind when Dave is already controlling host. That was a controversial one, but all's fair in the playoffs. There's no regulations or rules about kits, about unis. It was a little bit dirty, but there didn't seem to be too much kind of resistance from Finley safe. But again, how will Finley safe be feeling watching this? How will Pickings be feeling watching this? Do they feel like they could have maybe got the better of Newff here in this Super Bowl game? Who knows? Ball that. Oh, it's a drop pick. And no doubt I can hear his Canadian accent going on about the pick sliders from here. Oh, God, I'm not going to hear the end of it for that one. That one was bad. Slippy hands. Drops the ball. Second and 10 on the 48. Hands this one off. Big hit. Drops him down. 3rd and 11. No timeout taken here, though, by Newff. Using that 2-minute warning, perhaps, as something Newff. Just got to make sure that he can kind of hold Dave here. There could still be a bit of a fiery ending to this one.
3rd
and 11 on the 48.
Keeping the ball on the ground.
Play clock winding down. Snaps it last second. Dave looking. And that there, 4th and 9 of the 47. That's going to be shy of field goal range. So hang on a minute. 8 points if he gets the touchdown and then adds 2 points onto that would make it 49-45. It's going to need to be a quick touchdown here from the Colts. 13-yard line to start. That's a long way away. That is a long way away. 4 verticals here on the 13-yard line. Getting ready to go. What is he going to do here? Newff looking. Newff scanning. Newff delivering. And what a find that is. And if Newff got past that second level there, that could have been an instant touchdown. I think Newff's going to no huddle here. I think he is. As expected. Here we go. First and 10, 49-yard line. Newff believing that if he can get a touchdown before the 2-minute warning, that this could still be salvageable. What a choke this would be from Dave. And he's got a free play there. Causes Dave to jump. Looking. Throws the deep bomb. And the Colts not able to get it. But that's going to be an offside jump. And puts him 1st and 5 on the 46. 3 points would basically mean nothing. It would just be flattering for the scoreline. Newff knows it's got to be 7 points. Imagine if he scores and gets an onside kick. The eruption in that boy's room would be disturbing. It would wake the dead. It would.
So after the penalty,
2:15 to go.
As they now have 1st and 5.
1st and 5 on the 46. Looking again. Newff and the Colts. Scanning, searching. X. I don't know. That looks dangerous. That looks marked up. That's going to be slapped down. 2nd and 5.
It's incomplete. Good hands there in the end zone.
It didn't look the most obvious read, but of course, an incomplete is better than the clock continuing to tick.
Embraces those moments of one-on-one coverage when it matters the most. And
2nd and
I think
5,
he just saved 6 by getting his hands
46-yard
on that.
line.
It is 2nd down and 5.
Can the Colts do the unthinkable? Can they win this Super Bowl with 2 minutes to go? Scanning again, drops so far back, launches this one high, and that's going to be picked off by Dirty Dave. He turns around, looks at his opponent and says, see you later. Runs onto the 27, 2-minute warning is in, shoot clock is in, and that may well be it here tonight for Newff and the Colts. The New York Giants have got it done here tonight. Run play right for the middle, and this will be one for good measure. The final bullet into the skull of Big Newff. Touchdown, Tyrone Tracy, who even taunts going into the end zone. Wow, Dave letting that kind of villainous heel wrestling terms coming out here. And being the bad guy. Gets the touchdown. 56-37. And there you go. That is going to be all she wrote here tonight. Confirmed, done, sealed, delivered. The most winning coach in VFL history. 1 Super Bowl per Madden, 24, 25, 26. And tonight he has carried on that trend in Madden 26 and has brought home number 3, ring number 3, trophy number 3 with the New York Giants. It has been an all-offense Super Bowl. Newff has not been able to kind of get the stops required here to make it a repeat, a back-to-back Super Bowl win. Dave will now just be looking to get one more stop and seal the deal here. We said it was going to be close to a 100-point game. What is that so far? 87, 93 points on the board. Maybe Newff wanting to add 7 more just so we can say it was a 100-point game. And it's another pick by Dave. Newff throwing, and Newff now feeling the taunts from Dave. The Billy strut onto the 47. And just like that, the New York Giants will take victory formation. Dave tonight gets it done. 56-37. Defense, what defense? You ain't need defense when you can throw like a machine, like Sawyer Robertson has done. And that's the question now, is who gets the Super Bowl MVP shout? I think it'd be lazy to give it to Sawyer Robertson. Malik Neighbors for me with that first half performance. Absolutely, but for Dave, he gets it done tonight and will absolutely be loving life. The New York Giants with a Super Bowl over the line, and he is the man to do it. Commiserations to Big Newff, a wonderful, wonderful player this season, but he cannot keep his grip on the Super Bowl. The Giants have it done tonight, 56-37 a monstrous score, monstrous offense. And for Dave, he will go into season 11 as the reigning, defending Super Bowl champion. Kyle MCC, Big Newff, and now Dirty Dave in Madden 26 have got the job done. 2 North Americans and 1 European so far in Madden 26. The pressure is on Europe to equalize the score in season 11. A fantastic season, a quick season. We got it done earlier than expected. With Christmas and New Year, we've had an exceptional run of games. And a big thank you to every single franchise league player for helping us do that. And again, some great games and some great memories still to go. We're only halfway through the Madden cycle. We've still got about 8 months to go, boys. There are many more Super Bowl parades, many more Super Bowl stories to come. Maybe we see Newff win another, maybe we see Dave win another. But for tonight, for now, the New York Giants, Super Bowl winners. And for Dave, a Super Bowl winning coach once again. The run game was phenomenal from Newff. You have to look at these highlights and see that. He stopped David Farrow so much. And tonight, like all great players do, you adapt to your opponent's defense. When David Farrow couldn't run, Malik Neighbors and Richard Fitz were the star players. Sawyer Robertson showed a degree of maturity in quarterback that maybe Jalen Daniels did not have, and now the question marks remain is, do the LA Chargers, who are interested in Jalen Daniels, put the phone down and say, we're all right, we'll stick with J.J. McCarthy for another season? But in the end, that fourth quarter, 21 points to 6, that fumble, we didn't see a fumble all game for Dave until that last penultimate drive. And you got to feel for Newff. Just look at the box score, you know, how close it was between these two. It all came down to the fact that Dave scored just before the turn of the second. And then, of course, Newff got held for 3 in that third quarter. 6 touchdowns, 350 yards for Sawyer Robertson. Maybe it isn't bad to say that he's in with a shout of Super Bowl MVP, but we're going to find out together who got the Super Bowl MVP here tonight following Super Bowl 10. What New York Giants player gets it? Was it Robertson? Was it not? Let's wait and see as we advance through the badges here with Newff. Jalen Daniels getting an upgrade point. Well, he's going to need more of them. He is. That's the yearly awards, so we're going to be needing the... I don't know if we need to advance once. Yeah, we need to advance once to go and see it, so there you go. But yeah, I mean, we'll quickly go through the kind of history of it to make sure and kind of make sure that I'm not waffling here. That is the Giants' first ever Super Bowl win. I can confirm that with you now, obviously. We'll go through the wonderful history books here of the franchise league. So, when we talk about Super Bowl winners, I've got all the banners in here as well. Talk about Super Bowl winners. Super Bowl 1, the Lions and the Jags. Believe that the Lions won that one. Super Bowl 2, the Eagles. I think it was the Eagles for Dave, wasn't it? Maybe, maybe not. The Eagles and the Colts. Vape and Kyle again. The Eagles and the Colts. Have the Giants ever made a Super Bowl? Bears and the Titans in Super Bowl 3. The Patriots and the Panthers in Super Bowl 4. The 49ers and the Bengals in Super Bowl 5. The Raiders and the Seahawks in Super Bowl 6. The Raiders and the Seahawks again in Super Bowl 7. The Dolphins and the Seahawks in Super Bowl 8. Of course, the Colts and the Cardinals in Super Bowl 9. So yeah, for the Giants, their first time in the Super Bowl in the franchise league and their first win in the franchise league. That, as a Giants fan, is going to be exactly what Dave wanted to see. Congratulations, of course, to Dave. Commiserations, of course, to Newff. Wasn't the Canadians' night tonight. And yeah, what can you say? What can you say? A disappointing one for Newff. Absolutely. Commiserations to him. Congratulations to Dave. And can Dave now join Pickens? Can he successfully defend? Some holes to fill in that New York Giants team. Brian Burns getting older. couple of players maybe need to be moved on for contract reasons for Dave. Let's see what he can do. A big part of winning a Super Bowl is roster management, is squad management. Again, a reminder, I'm going to ping the Discord when we advance for regression and dev upgrades and downgrades. I'm going to be doing those manually tonight. A big thank you again to every single Franchise League player. We move on into free agency on Tuesday. So, of course, we're going to have from tonight and tomorrow afternoon to get your contracts, your last contract re-signs done. Tuesday, free agency 1. Wednesday, free agency 2. Thursday, free agency 3. Friday night, the draft. So get that booked in. Get that in your head prepared, and if we need replacements or subs, should we say, for that, let us know. And again, to any Franchise League player or Fantasy League player out there, I hope that you've enjoyed it, especially the guys in the Fantasy League have still got their playoffs to go. We're going to be watching that in a couple of weeks. But there's so many guys that now are getting the game on Game Pass in the next month or have watched these streams in the background and want to get involved. The return of, for example, Razzini, Jamie29, Alfie Edgeworth, who famously nuclear bombed the Miami Dolphins. The likes of, for example, Sir Ragelot, who was a great player for the brief time we saw him in the Fantasy League. Great to have those guys back, and hopefully we have gaps for you. And again, you know, hopefully you guys that are still in teams want to carry on to the end. And hopefully you guys are seeing absolutely the levels of improvement from your first game to now. Because that's what it's all about. Getting you on a new game, seeing the improvement, and getting everything kind of moving in a positive direction to where you want to play more, to where you want to be involved more. So there you go. Hey, big thank you so much. Again, the commission board this season, the likes of Killian, Pickings, Jack 17 have all been so helpful in terms of kind of getting things handled, whether it be rule adjustments or opinions here, there, everywhere. And a big thank you to, again, all of the 32 Franchise League players, even guys that kind of came in and dropped out. The likes of Karmas, for example, who I still believe should be a Franchise League player. 0-3 at the start of the season. Now he's 11-2 in the fantasy. He should still be here. There are people. VRL Kieran, 40 wins, 3 losses in the fantasy league. Lost 1 game to Dini. Went straight back. We will, at some point in the course of 2026, be moving those people up, because there are so many people that are genuine beginners that want to get involved in fantasy that need those positions. If you go in 40 wins, 3 losses in 2 seasons, if you're leaving the Franchise League 13-12, a positive record, you kind of need to be in the Franchise League if you're then going 11-2 and whitewashing people. It is not a, you know, there you go, fella, go into the Fantasy League and feel good. We want you to load up every day and just not have to try and win. It's about competition. For some of you guys in the Fantasy League, you got to come up. It's just how it's going to be. Take care, take it easy, and I'll see you in the Madden Discord in about 10 minutes when we advance. See you when we see you. Thank you so much as well to Tom United, Mailbag, and also Mikey for your subs again. Take care, take it easy, and I will see you when I see you. Good night, farewell, and arrivederci.